Morning fat burners, happy weekend. Today I'm going to talk to you really quickly about your hormone leptin. It's probably one of the hormones that's less heard about, but it plays such a critical role in your body. It's linked quite closely with your metabolism and with the thyroid. So for you, I guess the importance is it relates to your metabolism, but also it relates to how satisfied you feel in terms of whether you're like hungry or you're feeling quite content. And it's released by your fat cells. It's also released by fat, and when you consume dietary fat as well. And the role is like if you have more fat, then you should produce more leptin, and therefore you should feel more satisfied. So you eat less, right? So that's the regulating that the body does. But quite often what happens is as you get more leptin and as the body is, say you get more fat, the body throws out of balance in lots of different ways. Usually triglycerides go up, and that prevents your body from actually hearing the leptin. So it does get a little bit more complicated, but essentially the more fat you have, the more leptin you should have, the more satisfied you should feel, and you should eat less. So if that's not the case, you've got the extra fat but you still eat lots, there's the potential there that one, you're a really awesome sugar burner, not fat burner, but also that your body's not hearing the leptin, and that could be something to consider in terms of your triglycerides being up, which is a risk of heart, lots of risk factors for disease actually. So the way that you can bring your triglycerides down is certainly by looking at keeping your carbohydrates lower and your healthy fat intake up, which is what we've talked about throughout this period as well. So with leptin, same sort of thing, like your fat cells release leptin, but also dietary fat helps increase leptin as well, so that you can feel more satisfied and therefore eat less. Therefore, over time, the more that you eat fat, the more that it actually releases this leptin and actually speeds up your metabolism over time. So that's a little bit about your hormone leptin. I do want to sort of highlight, and I'll post the study or the blog that I wrote last year of the study done on the Biggest Loser contestants and what happens to their leptin after a competition. So you know that they have their Biggest Loser competition. They get the 2009 contestants, they did some metabolic testing on them, so before the competition, after the competition, and then 6 years later. And leptin is one of those hormones that is kind of damaged during that process of exercising a whole heap and cutting their calories. So I'll share more about that in the Biggest Loser blog that I'll pop into the group. Hope you have an amazing weekend. For those that missed out on the webinar this week, I had some really good feedback. There's lots of good strategies that the guys are taking away and putting to practice right away. I'm going to run another one tomorrow night, so I'm going to finish the challenge with a final webinar as well. We'll be running that at 7:15 Queensland time, so that'll be 8:15 daylight savings time. And I will look forward to catching you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. You can see it's an absolutely beautiful day here on the Sunshine Coast. Bye for now.